Jake, why did you choose this particular piece to launch your reporting at KPBS?
Well, I thought it was interesting how this one was an example of what we want to do here at Public Matters and talk about issues that are local, but also as they connect to the wider nation and the rest of what's going on. This story was, an example of something that a city council member was doing here in Poway that was a lot or very similar to something that was going on at the national level. There are elected officials who are maybe using different communications methods. In this case, it was Signal, which is an encrypted app, to conduct official business. And that's going on here in the city of Poway, and it's also going on at the top level with some of the people in the current administration. So really a way to connect some of the stuff that's going on here with everything that's going on in the rest of the country.
What is your vision for this new job?
Well, exactly what I just said. I want to help people here in San Diego really follow along with everything that's going on and know how it's going to impact them in their daily life. I think what Public Matters is all about is not only getting people to know how they can be involved, but making sure that they're staying engaged.
So how do you try to get people to stay engaged? I'm asking because I know that social media is all about the views, the likes, the followers, but you're starting at a time when so many people are turning away from the news. How do you plan to lure them back in?
I think part of it is more that people are turning away from maybe some of the traditional outlets for news. I think there's an appetite for news and there's an appetite for that information, but people aren't necessarily going to the same platforms that they've always been to. So there's still people who watch TV and listen to the radio, but there's a lot of people who go on their phone on social media or on YouTube, and that's where they're looking for any sort of information or content. So there's some people that are getting some news fatigue for sure, but there's also some people that just want to have that brought to them in a different form, on a different platform, and that's what we can do here at Public Matters as a social media host as well. I'm going to be able to bring this news and this content to a different platform, to these social media platforms, so that people are having it in an accessible way and it's always right in front of them at their fingertips. They don't have to go find it somewhere else.
These days, I hear so many journalists and so many politicians say we've got to meet people where they are. When it comes to explaining what is happening to our democracy, what does that statement mean to you?
Well, like I said, meeting people where they are is meeting people where they're going for their content, for their news. And a lot of times that's just on social media or on their phones. And that's just the way that people are going to be consuming information now. And so, like I said, we need to meet them there. And that means not only just putting this information out there, but also doing it in a way that's going to be approachable on these different platforms. So there's a different way to do a social media video versus a broadcast video, and there's going to be people who respond differently to those different types of content. So that's what we're going to be trying to pin down here.
In addition to what you've outlined 6 months from now or a year from now, what do you hope to be able to say about what you've accomplished?
I want to say that we've gotten more people back involved in engaging with civic life and with what's going on, not just in the country, but here in San Diego. I want people to know that they can get all the information they need about stuff that's going on here in San Diego, how it impacts their life from our platforms on social media. They're not necessarily getting everything that they could out of local news here, and we want to be able to bring as much as we can to them. And then I want people to be following us at KPBS and at Public Matters and know that they can come to our platform every day to get the best information and to be informed about what's going on. And I think that if in a year from now I can walk around San Diego and know that people are following our content and they're staying engaged because of it, then I'll have done my job.
Jake Gada, I'm so glad that you've joined our Public Matters team, and I'm really looking forward to your work.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it also.